Well, good Sunday morning. It's May 1st, 2022. And today we're going to talk about excursions. I see a lot of conversation going on about should I book them myself? Should I book them through the cruise line? Well, that all depends. Where it's going, how far away it is. We'll be right back. All right, and welcome back. I'm Patrick, and this is Party of Two Cruising. Just a big thank you for all the subscribers I've gotten the last week or so. And thank you for the people that come back and watch more videos. We'll be getting into better content here later because we're going to start cruising again about once a month. Anyway, today we're going to talk about excursions. I see a lot of people talking about should I book an excursion through Carnival or the other cruise lines, or should I book it through a private company? They have their pluses and their minuses. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start with the worst scenario. Let's just say you're going to a place called Belize. Okay, Belize has pretty much the most awesome zip lines, probably out of all the places we've done zip lines, and we've done them quite a few times. Now, the problem with that is the zip lines are approximately an hour and a half away from the port. So you're going to take a bus or a van all the way to the zip lines. And that also works for the river tubing, which is actually an awesome excursion itself. You get to go in this nice 72-degree water, go down the river, you go through a cave, and there's bats on the ceilings. It's actually pretty cool if you're not afraid of bats. But they don't bother you. But anyway, so when you go, how would you do it? If I book it through a private company, remember I just told you it's an hour and a half away. And it's down a lonely road when you get there, and it's like a washboard road that's going to vibrate your teeth out the last time we went. And when you get there, let's just say you have your fun, you do your zip lines, and on the way back, the van breaks down or the bus breaks down. And you went through a private company. The problem with this now is you still got to make it back to the ship. And if you don't, c'est la vie. They are going to leave you. Okay? And then it's on you to get out of Belize, either get to the next stop or fly home. Okay? But if you booked it through Carnival, that tour could be 3 hours late, and they're going to wait on you. That happened with us through the Panama Canal. We went partially into the canal. We took a smaller boat, went through all the locks out into the Pacific Ocean, got on a bus, and took the bus back through Panama City, not Florida, Panama. And we were 2 hours late. But because we booked it through Carnival, that ship waited on us to get back. Okay, because they're in constant contact with their tour guide that goes with you from Carnival. So that's the plus. But notice that was a far away excursion. But let's say you're going to some simple place like small island like Cozumel. Is it okay and probably safe to book those on your own? And the answer is probably yes. If you're going to go do an all-day thing like at Mr. Sancho's, jump in a taxi, go on down to Mr. Sancho's, enjoy your day, and just make sure you get back in time to get on the ship. In other words, keep someone somewhat sober. If you're going to go to El Cid, to their all-inclusive, that's within walking distance of the pier. You're not going to get left behind because you're going to see the ship because it sits right out in front of it. So those excursions are great, and that is where the difference comes in. You have to look around. If you're going to do a beach break, Terry and I, we usually do a beach somewhere on one of our stops, and we usually do those on our own because we just, for example, in Cozumel, if you want to go to Paradise Island or you want to go to one of the other beaches down by Chicanab Park, and all you got to do is jump in a taxi. Give yourself always an hour and a half before the ship leaves to get back. We always give it about 2 hours. And then we head back, and we've never even cut it close. So those are worth it. But a lot of people ask, can I get them really cheaper by going through a private company? All right, so I looked up these two, and I've compared them. They're both snorkeling. They pretty much do the same things. And we'll compare the prices to see if you really do save that much money. All right, first of all, I'm going to compare one that's not totally comparable to Carnival. Because when we do snorkeling trips, we usually try to go on Fury. They're well known everywhere: Key West, Cozumel, St. Thomas, St. Martin. They're pretty much almost on all the islands you go to, and pretty much comparably priced. But this one here I'm going to show you, first of all, is a Excursion that is basically a private company. And the prices really aren't as great as you think they would be. And again, this is a private company, and it's kind of expensive when you break down the prices, as you can see here. All right, this is again a private company. I'm not going to show the name of it or anything, but you notice it's $649. It is on a private boat, and it is just a boat. It's not a catamaran, it's just a boat. And as you can see, it's $649 per group, up to 6. So if you do get 6 people on this, it's going to cost you about $108 per person. Now that, remember, you're probably going to tip them as well, so it's still going to cost you a little bit more to go with a private company, even though they're probably going to take you maybe to a little bit different places and stuff like that, but it really doesn't include anything but a few snacks and stuff like that on this one. I'm not sure, it doesn't really say if it includes any drinks, but to me that's pretty expensive. And what if you only got 4 people in your group? There's still, now you're going to have to break it down, $649, divided by 4 people, which is going to increase your rate quite a bit. All right, remember, you're still back in the same boat, literally. If you don't make it back, you're going to get left. It's a private tour. All right, now let's compare the prices, apples to apples, which is both Fury, one through Carnival, one on your own. And we'll see the difference. All right, so now let's just compare the same, pretty much same catamaran tour, on Fury. All right, this is going through a private company, through Fury, and you'll notice the price is $79 per person. Now, this excursion here does a little bit different than the Carnival cruise one, and the only difference is it's 5 hours rather than the 4 hours on Carnival. Now, it's the same type of stuff. It takes you out snorkeling, and then it takes you to the beach break. Everything else is identical. And when you get to the aqua park, they give you all the floats, the slides, the trampolines, all that's included. And you get actually a little bit of food on this one. You get an Angus cheeseburger and all the drinks that you want. They have rum punch, they have beer, they have purified water, and they have a few different things, again, for $79. Okay? And that's private. Again, you don't make it back, which on Cozumel is pretty easy to make it back everywhere through a taxi or something, but it's $79. Now let's go over and take a look at Carnival's price. Notice anything different? The only difference right here is it's only 4 hours. If we go down and check out the details, they're still going to take you out there. They're still going to let you snorkel. They're going to take you to the beach and aqua park, and you can lay on hammocks, get to Sun Beach. You can get margaritas, beer, soda. And we've actually done this a couple of times, and they have all the the fun stuff out there in the water, the slides, the kayaking, all that is included. The only thing they don't really supply is that burger. And they give you the snorkel gear, unlimited drinks, beer, water, margaritas. And then it's actually kind of fun because that continues on the catamaran back to your dock, which they do it right by the pier. And you'll get right back on your ship. And then they have free Wi-Fi at Fury Beach. And again, notice the price. It's still $79.99. It's just an hour. As you can see here, it's just an hour shorter because they don't recommend, if you're on a cruise ship, to do the 5-hour tour because they want to make sure you get back in time. So that's pretty much just one example. They all pretty much work the same. The biggest way to think of it is distance. If something happened, can I jump in a taxi, get back to the port, or even walk back to the port versus I'm an hour and a half away and there's no way I could get back if something happened and I'm going to miss my ship. That's pretty much the only difference. For example, like I said, when you go to Cozumel, you want to go to Mr. Sancho's and all that. There's taxis everywhere. You want to go downtown to shopping and stroll around downtown. Take a taxi. They're not that expensive. And you'll make it back in time. Again, like we always say, we always give it about 2 hours. We start heading back and get on that ship because we want to see the pier runners once we get back on the ship and know we're safe. All right, pier runners are always fun to watch, especially when they make it back to the ship. Don't want to see anybody left behind. But anyway, I want to just add in one little thing. Remember your excursions, even when you book them through Carnival, that is a third-party company that you're booking them through. So again, you're covered more by going through the cruise line. And I'm not just talking Carnival. I'm talking any cruise line. It is safer. All right, and also take the recommendations because we saw this happen a while back. Don't rent scooters because when you crash, you have road rash all over you, and it kind of ruins your last few days on the cruise if you got a lot of days left. We saw that happen to a young couple, so be very careful. Alrighty, I want to thank you for watching. Please reach down there and hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing. And we'll see you the next time on Party of Two Cruising. Thank you for watching.